You want to win a free Chick-Fil-A card?
Free what?
A free Chick-Fil-A card. No?
Good luck, brother.
It's tough, man. No one wants a free gift.
There's always, let me tell you something.
Tell me.
Ain't nothing in this world for free.
I promise you.
I'm 50 years old.
The only thing I'm gonna ask you, all you gotta do is answer 10 questions.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But
What is it? You know what? Even without the gift, what is it? Just to help you.
You know what? What's your name?
George.
George? I appreciate you, George.
I will help you.
All right. So.
I did door-to-door sales. I know how hard it is to hear
So
no all the time.
Yeah. So what's crazy is I didn't think it'd be so hard to give something away for free.
Because no one trusts that.
I know, but that's
You
what
know?
I'm trying to change.
You're too pretty, man. You got them blue eyes. They're like, no, this guy's trying to rob me.
No.
They're gonna run away from you.
No, bro.
But I see a cross. That's
Yes,
why
sir.
I actually stopped.
Yes, sir.
It's the main reason why I stopped.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
And so what I did was I asked ChatGPT. You familiar? It's
Yes.
an AI. Okay. So
Yes.
I asked it, said, give me 10 questions to ask a stranger that range from basic questions like what's your favorite color to something more deeper, and they get deeper as you go.
Wow.
So I figured someone will be coming in, eating alone, and they'd have 25, 30 minutes to eat, have a nice conversation, and you would get the card. That's it.
That's awesome, man.
That's it.
And what is this for?
I want to just create content and make an impact on the world in a positive way, and I don't know how I can do that to the degree that this will allow me to if it goes to where I want it to go.
That's what's up.
I'm trusting God's plan, and I think He's gonna bring the right people.
You gotta wear it on your chest.
I
and
do,
in your
bro.
heart, and in your mind all the time.
Yes,
and
sir.
Carry it in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
It's the most important thing in the world.
It's
You know?
that's the truth.
Just so you know, my wife and I, we have a traveling ministry.
Yep.
So it's important to us. That's why I stopped, man. So the crook. I walked in, I'm like, yeah.
100%. I know.
Free, right?
I know. Just on Father's Day, I gave 24 flowers. I bought them at Publix right there, and I was standing outside, and they told me to leave. And I was funny. Right before this, I was at Chick-Fil-A, and they told me to leave. Give me away a Chick-Fil-A card, and they asked me to leave. So I came here, went to the manager, like, can I just stand out here and try to get something away? And like, yeah, okay, you can do that.
Yeah,
So,
they don't care.
exactly. Then I was like, I thought they would be like, okay, like Christian values, like, yeah, give away something for free, like that's nice. No, they're like, no, we can't have you do that. But anyway, I went from Publix to Carvel, live right there, and I stood out there and just gave flowers to men that were walking for Father's Day, because there's a stat that says 88% of men don't receive their first flower until their funeral. And so I want to change that. So I want to give 24 people a flower, make sure you get it before your funeral. I didn't want, no time, nothing. Literally just take it in and leave. And it took me 3 hours to get rid of 24 roses.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to trust anyone stopping you.
I'm telling you.
You know, and I create content, so I know how
Really?
hard it is.
What do you, can you follow me
You have
real quick?
one? Yeah, of course.
I can't, my phone's recording right now.
I got you, man. I'm gonna follow you right away. And
My guy, let's go.
make sure you follow me.
That's hilarious. That's
For Dan.
Dan, bro.
What's good, bro? How
That's
you
crazy.
doing?
Just chilling, bro.
So, let's talk.
Let's talk.
What's going on? What are these questions?
Okay, let me pull them out. Right?
You brave, bro.
Right.
2 Timothy 1:7. God didn't give you a spirit of fear.
And that's the biggest thing is, what am I afraid of?
Exactly.
Afraid of
Especially when God gave you a spirit of power and love and
afraid
so
of
on.
when God's not here, like, I know He's with me. I'm
And
afraid
then
of
you got your boy walking in.
This is my second video, but I just, what am I? I'm afraid of someone saying no. Like,
Yeah.
I learned a lot from it. Like, I get treated like trash. Like, I was giving away roses. People treated me like I'm homeless. But
Yeah,
you'll watch the video.
The moment we see this, that's what people think.
And that's why I do it, because I want the one person that's gonna think I'm asking for something and then
Tell you,
give
man,
them.
it's that cross. You need to show it. Because
do.
the right Christians are gonna see you and they're gonna be like, okay, let me talk to this young man.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have to minister to him or if he's gonna minister to me or
Yep.
we minister to each other. That's what
Yep.
Christians do.
All right, pick a number 1 through 10. Here, we'll get to the deeper question. 6 through 10.
6 through 10? 9.
Okay. What role does forgiveness play in your life? Is there someone you feel you need to forgive, and what has prevented you from doing so?
Good question. Very good
I
question.
wish I could say I came up with it, but it's AI.
Important. Forgiveness is important because I've messed up a lot in my life.
Yep, have we all?
And and has been forgiven.
You mind if I turn this a little bit?
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, why not? Go. GL Rosario. So,
Follow him.
so forgiveness is very important because,
Yes, sir.
I mean, I've messed up a lot.
Yep.
I made a lot of mistakes. I grew up in Brooklyn, and
Mhm.
I was an angry kid, and anger was my vice.
Yep.
And I made a lot of mistakes, so that's important.
Yep.
But turn it around to find forgiveness until I started forgiving people.
Yeah.
I had to forgive everybody who had hurt me
Yeah.
so that I could find forgiveness for myself.
Yeah.
So that's what's important.
Mhm. And so I think the second part is there someone you feel you need to forgive?
Oh, I mean, my wife and I, we practice forgiveness.
Yeah.
We're walking around trying to forgive everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get offended easily, so it's very hard to have to forgive someone.
Yeah.
That's for God.
Exactly.
You know, the moment you say sorry, hey, we're good, man.
Yeah.
If I'm still breathing, I'm okay.
Exactly.
You didn't
No,
kill me.
I love that. And so what I want to do also is, because I don't want to just put someone on the spot, like I want to answer the question myself.
Good.
And so like forgiveness to me is a big thing, and I know that I'm forgiven for everything by God. And so if God can forgive me, who am I to not forgive somebody else?
Or expect God to forgive you if you're not forgiven.
Exactly. And so I know that there's a couple people in my life that I need to forgive. A big person that I gotta forgive is my mom for some things growing up and things that we've talked about, but it's different from just talking about it than actually coming to an understanding.
True.
Right? And I feel like we don't have that understanding for either of us having whatever valid reasons we have for being angry at the other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so
How old are you now?
24. And so I've taken the step, I reached out to her, I texted her, she lives close, and texted her to like get dinner or something and really talk about the things that we need to talk about. Because like again, we've talked about it, but the difference between me talking about it and her actually understanding what it is that I'm saying. And so I just feel like I can't forgive her until my message is received. And I know that that's wrong. Like I need to just forgive her for her saying her apologies.
Let me just interject.
Yeah.
Waiting for her.
Good seeing
I
you.
see you, bro.
Yo, go work out with your son.
Yeah.
I know.
Work
Look
out
at
with
him, bro. He's huge.
I
He's
see
jacked.
that.
Yeah.
But if I may interject,
Yeah, no, 100%.
it's the first step is forgiving.
Yeah.
Then the message is heard.
Yeah.
A lot of times we think you gotta throw your message and give your. First of all, you come to God,
Yeah.
and the moment you repent and you say I'm sorry, He forgives
He
you.
forgives you. And then
And He's waiting for you like this to
Yeah,
forgive
yeah, yeah,
you. So we gotta
100%.
wait like this for people to forgive them, no matter what they've done.
I can-
Then we start the healing process. You don't heal first and then forgive. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
You gotta forgive first.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's
And
hard.
anybody says it's easy is lying.
Look, I'm 50, I just told you, right?
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
I know. And so it's one thing saying it, but actually truly believing that you forgive them is what takes time. And it takes effort. And it also takes what I believe it takes the Lord to give you that forgiveness.
True.
Because I don't think we have the strength in it to just really forget, because we feel as if, okay, if we forgive you, it just lets you off the hook. But we have to forget that it happened. And I think the Lord gives us the strength to really accept the forgiveness because we've been forgiven unconditionally. So why would we forgive conditionally?
There you go. And that's the main thing to hold
Yeah.
on to. You've been forgiven.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you're a screw up and so am I.
100%. We all
You
are.
know? And guess what? He still said, it's okay.
It's okay, bro.
Forgive you.
Yeah.
So no matter what your mother did, no matter what, someday you're gonna be a dad if you're not a dad already.
I'm not.
Someday
Someday.
you're gonna be a dad.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when you mess up?
Yeah. No, I
And
know.
you wait for forgiveness from your kid.
100%.
You gotta let go, man.
I know.
That'll heal you and it will heal her. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen relationships where a little bit of forgiveness, man, goes
Goes
a
a long
long
way.
way. So
Yeah.
start thinking about that.
Yeah,
Do it
I
the other
will.
way.
I will.
Forgive first and then start building that
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
appreciate you, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you for stopping.
Of course, man. Listen, that's what God does, right?
100%.
So what are there any other questions? Or?
Of course, we got 9 more.
Whew. No, 8 more. You asked me the number.
Yeah, we got 10 questions. You picked.
Oh! So because I picked 9, I gotta answer 9 questions?
No, so there's 10 questions.
Yeah.
Like you got to answer all of them.
Okay.
And so you picked question. You're gonna do them all?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's sit down. No need to stand here anymore. We're gonna go back up to 1, and we're gonna go all the way down, and we're gonna skip 9.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite color, and what does it resonate with you? Why does it resonate? Okay.
Purple is my favorite color. It's the color of royalty. And
Okay.
it's also the color of the very first gift that I was given.
What was that gift?
It was a little motorcycle that my father gave me that cost him 25 cents because it was all he could afford. The cast iron motorcycle
Yep.
when we were living in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the least expensive gift
You
that
ever
anyone's
received?
given
Yeah.
me, and it's also the most meaningful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Do you want to eat?
No, that's actually, my wife is going to kill me, but I'm going
No.
to finish it.
All right. So my favorite color would be red and black. It's black. I just like to wear it. I think I look nice in black. I feel my most confident when I'm wearing my black, and it's just now. But as a kid, I was always wearing red. And my mom, so I'm a triplet, and I was
triplet?
Yeah. And so I also have a younger sister, and so my mom like kind of color coded us to make sure everyone had their own stuff. So my oldest brother Landon was blue, middle brother Griffin was green, and I was red. And then my sister was like pink, purple, whatever. She was different. But that was just kind of my color given to me at birth, and it just kind of stuck with me.
So black and red.
Black and red.
Good stuff.
Can you tell me about a memorable experience from your childhood that has shaped who you are today?
Question. Yeah. I was 13.
Okay.
I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
So I thought I was going to be a priest.
Okay.
And I was told by my dad that there's no way I'm gonna be a priest, and he was right.
Yeah.
9 kids later, believe me, he was right. 7 kids biological, 2 kids with my wife.
Yeah.
So 9 blended family. I think being told no by my father and then saying, okay, I kind of figured out it was the wrong calling, but it did push me to study the Bible a lot more.
Yeah.
And it has shaped my life since. I mean, completely shaped.
I love it. So I don't know when we're gonna cut off childhood, but I think I would consider myself in my childhood, the early growing years. I'd say the number one memorable experience from my childhood was last year, and that was when I was saved.
Awesome.
A crazy
Year?
story. What do you mean?
Florida?
No, I was actually at a conference in Minnesota.
Wow.
And you know who Gary Vee is?
My man, Vaynerchuk, yeah.
And so I was at his NFT conference.
Gary, when you see this, he's talking about you, bro.
You know him?
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. That's crazy. So I have met him a bunch of times.
Gary, you said
He
got saved at your conference?
Gary doesn't even know that, but
Well, he's gonna know now.
But Gary's the reason why I'm out here doing what I'm doing, like pushing the content. He got me into it,
That's right.
and that's hilarious.
That's
Yep.
right.
So that would be the most memorable experience of my life. Never forget it. It changed the trajectory of my life, and I'm unbelievably blessed for it, and excited to see where all this goes. And this is all because of it. You know, I think that God is wanting to use me in such a way.
Small world.
It's crazy, man.
Oh man, yeah.
So I think God is wanting to use me in a way to bring positivity and kindness and love to people the same way that Gary does, and it resonates with me on like a whole different level.
Gary, I told you guys using me. See? Told you. I told you, Gary. My man.
That's crazy. How do you know him?
Just years. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that later.
Okay.
Let's just say he's impacted my life in a very big way.
I love it,
Very
man.
big
This
way.
is amazing. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Number 3. What are the 3 most important values you strive to live by in your daily life, and why are they significant to you?
Give, I'll serve, and forgive. Those 3 values. Give everything I can. Don't leave anything, any stone unturned, anything undone. Forgive. I'll serve. Don't wait for people to serve me. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jesus ain't waiting for people to serve him. He came to serve. So it's what we're called to do. And forgive. Which is funny because we just had a conversation
Just had it. Yep.
forgiveness, man. First, honestly, forgive yourself
Yeah.
because God already forgave you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget that God already forgave us, but we're reminding ourselves of all the past issues and problems.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself first.
Yeah.
Remember that God already forgave you, and because you have a clean slate, you shouldn't be thinking of the past. You gotta forgive everybody.
Yeah.
You
got
gotta
a whole,
seek
a
them.
whole future to live for.
You gotta seek them to forgive them.
Yeah.
Because carrying it, it's just gonna hold you back. Ask Aaron.
It's so true. So I think my three most important values. It's funny, I didn't even look at these like questions, so I'm getting them new like you are. Three most important values. One would be faith. Now, I can't even believe that I lived a life 23 years really without faith.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how much faith has now shaped my life and what it is that I want out of life. Second would be hard work, and I think it's like a lost art and a lost skill in today's world. I think everybody wants something easy. I think everybody feels like they're entitled to it, and I've worked hard my whole life, and it's put me in positions because I know that the people that are gonna care about hard work are looking for it because there's such a shortage of it. And so that hard work has shaped who I am today. And another one just off the top of my head is honesty. I don't lie. I keep it like 100%, and I think that ties in with loyalty. Like, I have a really tough time finding good friends. Like, I can be friends with anybody. I can have a conversation with anybody. But to find someone that I can call and say, yo, like I need some help, that's what's tough. But when I find that person, it's like I give you my everything. And that like honesty and loyalty tied in would be my third for sure. All right, number 4. Are there any significant challenges or obstacles you have faced in your life that have influenced your personal growth? How did you overcome them?
We'll fight for 4. I was shortchanged most of my life.
Yeah.
I was challenged by everybody. Everyone looked at me like, yo, you just 5 for 4, man.
Yeah.
Probably played every sport
Yeah.
that I was able to play in high school that I was allowed to play. I played. I just jumped right in. Overcoming it is, I started telling myself, man, I'm 10 feet tall inside.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
And I constantly say that, and I will tell you, I'm 10 feet tall. My wife is 4'11".
Yeah.
She's 10 and a half feet tall.
Yeah.
So overcoming that and saying, hey, listen, I don't see myself as limited. I probably bench more than a lot of the 6 foot something guys in the gym.
Yes, sir.
And I'm in better shape and health too. God doesn't see me short or tall.
No, he doesn't.
He sees me perfect.
Damn, that's real. Okay, so a significant challenge or obstacle I've faced. I'd say the biggest challenge that I had in my life, one of them, was my relationship with my dad. It just seemed like for so long that I was wanting more out of a relationship than he was. And I overcame it by, I kind of had a reality check because I was at the gym with 2 friends, and both of them had girlfriends at the time, and they both were telling me that both of their girlfriends' fathers passed away when they were young. One of them, I believe, suicide, and then one of them may have been cancer or something like that. And so it just really kind of opened my eyes, because I had tried so many times with my dad, and it just didn't seem like I got reciprocation back. And so I would kind of sit by the phone and wait, like, if you call today, like, if I don't call, like, you can call. It wasn't looking good. And that hit me. And in the middle of the gym, like in that moment, I texted him basically, look, I don't want to call you and catch you off the spot, but like, I've been thinking about this for a long time, so I want to text you and give you the courtesy to like, think about it. But do we have the relationship that we want, right? So I just approached it straight up. Like,
How long ago was that?
I think about a year ago.
Wow.
And so the reason I said it was because if we do have the relationship that you want, then I'm just hurting myself because it's not going to get any better. And if we don't, then great, let's go have a conversation and work towards it together, toward a better relationship. And now we have an unbelievable relationship.
Wow.
But it's only because you get faced with an obstacle and you face it head on.
You're giving a lot of hope. This part
Yeah.
is going to give a lot of hope to divorce stats. It's the highest demographic of suicides in the United States, and no one's talking about it. You know that June is mental health.
No one said a word.
No one's spoken about it. A few people hinted towards Father's Day.
Yeah.
No one's spoken about divorced dads being the number one demographic of suicides in the United States.
I completely agree.
Giving a lot of hope to divorced dads because the biggest thing is the guilt
Yeah.
and their need for that relationship with their kids that they don't have, and it's a constant in the back of the mind.
Yeah.
The suicide issue and suffering and the pain.
Yeah.
So this little piece that you're serving right now that
Yeah.
you're sharing.
Yeah.
It's gonna give a lot of hope to a lot of divorce.
That's the plan.
God's
Like,
using it.
you never know who it's gonna reach. You never know how it's gonna reach or how it's gonna impact. And it doesn't even need to be. That's the biggest thing that I've learned over the past year and a half with my walk with God is. In the beginning, it was like, oh, I want to pray for you, and I want to see it happen right now. Right. Like I want to see it. If I didn't see it, like it didn't really happen.
Microwave faith.
It wasn't necessarily that. It was just I want to see it.
Yeah.
But now I've matured to a point like that's on my time, and it's not on my time.
You
like,
plant the seed.
Whenever they're like, however this is gonna impact someone, if they want to DM me or write me and say they built a relationship with their son, like I'd love it. But if I don't see it, I don't have to see it. Like I know it's working, and I know it's positive. It's going to impact somebody, and so whatever that looks like in God's hands, let it be done.
Amen.
So, all right, next one. How do you define success in your life, and do you feel you've achieved it? Why or why not?
Success is a relationship with God, and I will tell you that I've been seeking this since I was young.
What, God?
Yeah, God and a relationship with God.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, I thought it was things that I do.
Yep.
And I failed to see that it was
Can't
the
earn it.
thing that He did.
Yep.
It wasn't things that I do. It was
Yep.
the thing that God did. And that started the relationship. So I was pretty much doing that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, and then I'll forgive you. Well, it was, let me do this, and then I'll earn it.
Yeah. Performance-based and something that you think you're going to earn, and that's not how it is.
Not at all. So success to me, I've had great success in business,
Yeah.
relationships, friendships, a lot of success in the world.
Yeah.
But as far as real success is my relationship with God.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, like marriage,
Yeah.
finding a woman that loves God more than she loves herself or me.
Or you. Yep.
Wow. And I didn't think God was going to deliver that.
Yeah.
To show you, a man that has walked with God for so many years, I'm like, that woman doesn't exist, and if she exists, God's not going to bring me her, and He did. A woman that loves God more than she loves herself.
I love it.
It works, man. That's what you got to pray for in your
I
life.
love it. I have a girlfriend. I love her to death. We've been together for 7 years now, and so I'm the first one to really pick up God and go down that path. And at first, it was met with a lot of questioning and not understanding, like why, like what, like yeah, I believe in God, but like I'm going to heaven, I'm a person, like things like that, right? And so it's just your basic, like yeah, I believe, but it's different from believing versus like living a life for it and understanding that like, God's way is the right way.
Correct.
And so she's, I think, coming around to it and definitely more open to it than ever. And she sees that what's negative about it, like it's drawing
It's making
such
you a better
good
person.
out of me.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's not like it's the other way where I would want to do this and God's like, no, like sit behind a desk and hate your life. Like, no, like God's going to use you in the way that He created you to be used.
Yep.
And you're only going to reach that full potential by following His path. And we all think we got it figured out, but until you put it in His hands and let Him do what it is that He needs to do, then you'll start to see, I think, what you're talking about is like that success.
Yeah.
And
Build that relationship. Bro.
100%.
It'll bring everything else together.
And so it's funny, I used to define success as
$1 million, nice car,
I'm gonna
airplane,
make so much money.
airplane,
You got no idea.
private jet.
I'm gonna be that
Football
dude.
game with Gary.
100%. That was how I was growing up, and it was just the rat race of not necessarily flexing for other people, but I don't have a lot of good friends, and so once I have the money and I can do stuff, then like I'll find some friends, right? And so it was like once I have the money, then I can go do stuff, like then I can go to a game. At Gary's conference, I heard Tim Tebow speak, and it really kind of put a lot into perspective.
My guy! Now I get it.
So
Gary! Yo, they're using you, bro.
so it put a lot into perspective, and Tintivo talked about living a life of significance.
Yeah.
And significance, success is about you, and significance is about others. And so I would define success with what he said in significance, and that's why I want to do this. I want to impact people.
Well, listen, remember the cross. I'll show you something.
Yeah.
You can use this
Yeah,
many
yeah.
times as you want.
Yeah.
The cross has a really long line this way
Yeah.
and a shorter line this way, right?
Yeah.
You got to build this relationship.
Yeah.
I promise you build this relationship, the relationships here are going to take care of themselves
Yeah.
because you're here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Focus this way, everything else is going to work. So use that. Use that. Focus on God, man.
100%.
Remember, the word says, seek the kingdom of God
First.
and then everything else will be added on to you. Seek God. Trust me. You're on the right path.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Okay, number 6. Is there a particular person who has had a profound impact on your life? How have they influenced your perspective or helped you become the person you are today?
My grandmother.
Okay.
My grandmother never stepped foot in a school, and she was probably one of the wisest and most educated people I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Never walked into a school in her entire life.
Yeah.
My grandmother's wisdom came from loving,
Yeah.
unconditionally, forgiving all the
Yeah.
time. I mean, believe me, she had a lot of people to forgive.
Yeah.
A lot of people that did her wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But a grandma of so many grandkids, and I mean, she didn't just impact me. She impacted. She's my father's mother. She impacted my mother, my father, me, everyone she came in contact with, everyone in Puerto Rico where she lived. She touched
Yeah.
a lot of people, and I think God worked very, very, very diligently with her and touched a lot of lives.
Yeah.
My grandma.
So for me, it would definitely be my sister, my younger sister, because she's the one that found God first and really started questioning me and pushing me towards it. I lived 23 years really without it, right? Like I always believed in God. I always had this in me, right? To have conversations with people that positive, nice, loving, whatever. But it was never, oh God, like, should I do this? It was more like, I'll do this and I think God will like it. It was never waiting to see like, is this something you want me to do today? Like, and so her having an impact on my life to search for God, which then ultimately led me to finding God. I would say that if there was two people, the second person would be Gary. And like, as cliche as it may sound for all of his followers and people that love him, I have never felt so confident in who I am ever since I've started like paying attention and really devouring his content. And so, one, without his confidence, I don't have my interaction with God the way that I did. And so, both of those people are what ended up leading me to God, who is the ultimate.
Look at how God
impactful.
works, man.
It's crazy.
He's not playing checkers, man. He's playing chess.
Playing
He's
something bigger than chess that we
he's
can't even
definitely moving
understand.
pieces, and he's 100 moves ahead of us.
100%. And so that's also been another thing that I need to understand is if there's something that's not happening that I want, it's not as many people want to say like, oh, like why would God do this to me? Like, why is God doing this for you? There's something that you don't see. If you'll understand, like there's a Bible verse that talks about what you don't understand today, you'll soon understand later. And that's really stuck with me because there's a lot of things that I want, and some of them are taking time, and some of them all of a sudden I don't want, right? And it's like, well, you could think, why hasn't this happened yet? But there's something better coming. And I think a lot of it comes with trusting the patience, trusting his timing, allow him to build you into the person you need to become to be able to do what it is that he wants you to do. And so that those would be the two impactful people in my life. Can you describe a moment of a failure or disappointment that turned out to be a valuable lesson for you? What did you learn from it?
I think disappointing my kids was a very, very painful thing for me. And it taught me
Yeah.
to be a better person,
Yeah.
to do my best to be a better person for them. Not to seek so much what I want and what hurts me or makes me happy, but
Yeah.
to focus on what they need. Because as a provider and as a father, I have to do the right thing. It's the moment I realized that I hurt my kids.
Yeah.
It was a painful lesson, but one that made me a lot better.
It's It's crazy, man. I know from experience with my parents, and that's the thing, everyone wants to think, oh, my parents freaked me out, right? And Gary talked about this at Econ, what about their parents?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're a product of what their parents did to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it helped me put a lot into, you gotta be able to forgive because they don't want to be the negatives that are impacting you.
Not only that, but you're never going to get better. While you're blaming someone else, you're never going to get better.
Yeah.
We got to take responsibility. We got to connect with God, and we got to say, "Hey, God, fix me.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm here. Work something in me." So,
I love that failure, disappointment. Honestly, disappointment, and that's from like my high school basketball. And I know like it may seem so trivial or something so small, and something like, oh, just let that go. It's just high school basketball. But I didn't know if I was going to ever play past high school. But I had a basketball coach that I wanted to have a conversation with him for so long, and I just haven't done it because I don't think he really cared to. But man, I gave this guy my everything. When it came to conditioning, like I was first, like I showed up first. When it was sprints, I was winning first. I gave him everything, and this guy told me basically my senior year. We talked to my parents, my dad, and he would be like, I'm gonna have a tough time like finding how to get Dalton off the floor. Like, he's just doing so many good things, and just like the words never really matched the action. So one day he said, Dalton, like you're starting tomorrow at a morning practice. He said, you're starting tomorrow. I was like, I've never started varsity before. I was like, let's go. Like it's finally here. Like my hard work has been noticed. And we get to the game, and he doesn't say anything to me. He's sorry, here are the starters, and just says the original five that was before. Still, never had this conversation. And she was like, how could you do that? Like, just straight up lie in front of everyone. You're not even just told me.
You know what's interesting? He probably doesn't even know how bad he hurt you.
There was multiple times with me putting in the effort and putting in harder than people that were playing over me. And it's not like I couldn't play. But there was also other dynamics in high school politics and things like that.
Of course.
But
high school is about politics.
And
do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Having this conversation with him is not about you, it's about him.
Yeah.
Is he still coaching?
Yeah.
You should definitely have this conversation with him and let him know, listen,
Yeah.
because I respect you, I want you to know what that one incident did for me compared with all the other incidents and what that one moment did for me.
Yeah.
And I want you to think about it.
Yeah.
So that you don't let another young man walk out of the school feeling like you did him wrong. I'm saying this because I respect you and I have a lot of love and respect for you. I'm not saying this because
I want to brag on you.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
I want to actually say, hey, this is what happened. I'm an adult now. I would love to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And remember, any subject that you approach a person with, if you approach it with love and respect, kindness, and with the goal of making them better, you'll help them.
Yeah.
And you'll be successful at that interaction.
No, and the second part of this where it turned out to be valuable, it instilled in me to show up, and there's only so much that you can control, like hard work and the dedication and everything. But the valuable lesson is you gotta go where you're valued.
Mm-hmm.
And you can show up for somebody day in and day out, and if they're not gonna appreciate it and they're not gonna show it, there's somebody out there that will.
Yep.
So that's the biggest lesson that I learned from it is don't let somebody's inability to see your value stunt your growth from reaching your full potential.
Awesome. Good lesson to learn.
Glad I learned it. And so that's the thing, it hurt so bad in the moment, but it made me better. And so you just gotta change your perspective from what hurt.
And you can share that with them.
Yeah.
That look, it hurt a lot in the moment, but it did make me better. So
Yeah.
I think I hate you.
Yeah. Two more. Are there any regrets or missed opportunities in your life that you wish you could change or revisit? How have they shaped your outlook on life?
Zero regrets.
I love it.
I don't live with regret.
Yeah.
That word does not exist in my vocabulary, my wife's vocabulary, my children's vocabulary. Nope, no regrets.
Yep, I completely agree. And that's the main thing that I want to do with this is because it's a little rough standing out there.
It's intimidating.
For an hour with a sign looking like you're homeless, like looking for something, right?
Yeah.
And so, but I just know if this is what I'm meant to do, I'm never gonna know unless I try.
That's right.
And so I want to push the message of living a life of no regrets. Like, there's no do-over, there's no dress rehearsal, like there's no second chance. Like,
You know, Gary tells a great story about, are you gonna be, an analogy that he tells, are you gonna be that guy that's in your deathbed saying, I wish I would, I wish I did. Put it all on the table, no regrets.
Yep, no regrets, no regrets. Alright, last one.
Yeah, baby, because my wife is gonna kill me.
I'm so, what's her name?
Claudia,
I'm so sorry, but
Claudia, he's a man of God.
It's my fault. I take full
He's
responsibility.
a young man of God. I had to do this.
I take full responsibility.
She hasn't texted me yet, so you're still alive. She's
All right.
Colombian, so you're in trouble.
Alright, we're gonna wrap this one up quick. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be? What lessons or insights have you gained over the years that you think would have been helpful to know earlier?
Take everything serious and don't take anything too serious. Pay attention to what's going on in your life, and the people around you, and your actions above everything else. Pay attention to your actions because they affect a lot more people than you think. But don't take things so serious that you beat yourself up over. So take it serious.
Don't take it too serious.
Not too serious. Like, it's not life and death, man. You're still here. You know what's life and death? Jumping off the top of a building without a parachute. Other than that, standing here with a sign like you did, you didn't take it too serious.
No,
that's it.
And
took it serious enough to do it.
But if that's what you're saying, really just aligns with what God has. Is take it serious. Like, if this is what you want to do, like, show me this is what you want to do, and don't take it too serious and don't overthink it. Like, allow yourself. And I posted a video on this morning. Allow yourself the ability to figure it out along the way. Allow yourself the ability to start and make mistakes and learn from it. Because a lot of people don't take this, like I was telling somebody else, I think 100% of us have dreams. And I think 99% of us don't get to see that dream play out because we don't even take the first step. And so I think we blame the label of perfection. We have to have a perfect plan, no mistakes. Then once I have a perfect plan, then I'll start. Or I'm insecure with something, and so once I'm perfect inside, then I can go start. It's like, those things are never going to happen. And so if you stop labeling it as blaming perfection and changed it to really what you're saying is you have a fear of being perfect that you've placed on yourself, you see how much easier it is for you to take the first step. Because then you're not taking it so serious. You're like, I'm just out here trying.
Look, man, before you take that first step, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Take the first step.
100%.
You could. After that, it's in God's hands.
100%.
You go for it. If you fail in people's eyes, you didn't fail in God's eyes because you went for it.
100%.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not doing anything against the word.
100%.
If He didn't open the door for you, it's because He has something great for you. So
I believe
go for it. Keep putting the sign out there. Keep talking about it.
100%. My advice to my younger self would be kind of along the lines of what you said, and it took me a while to realize it, but critically think. Like, there are so many people that are just wandering through life. That they just walk in, they don't know what's going on, they don't know how they found themselves here, and they want to blame somebody else. No. Take accountability for your actions, even as a young kid, and think about what you're doing. Like, before you say this to somebody, think about it. How are they going to take it? We're so focused on what we want and what do we want to do in the own thing. It's so opposite of what God has intended, which is what do other people want, serve others. And so, my advice would be, take accountability for what you've done and start critically thinking about your actions that you're moving forward to. And the way you critically think, the way that I've had is praying to God about it. Because the moment you bring it to God, you're going to realize a lot more than just thinking it and doing it. I think that there's so many people with like a clouded vision where they get an idea and they just do it. And I think by bringing it to God, it allows you to sit with it and the clouds kind of go away and you can see what's behind. And you can see how is this action going to actually impact the future? What is this actually going to do? And so critically think and take accountability for the past and move forward towards living a life of no mistakes and no regrets. They're going to happen. They're bound to happen. But mindless mistakes that are preventable by small actions of critical thinking are so possible, but no one wants to take the time.
Of course not. And no one wants to have conversations. No one wants to ask questions. Everybody just thinks they know it.
And that's why I'm out here. I know I don't know that.
I'm 50, man. I don't know anything yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going through life like you are.
Yeah.
Trusting God and trusting that He's leading me the right way.
Yep.
So, He'll never know it.
No, we're not supposed to.
No.
We're not
Just
supposed to.
trust
That's
God
the
and
whole
keep going.
point, is loving the journey and learning along the way.
I love it, baby. Can I have one?
No, you're good. Thank you so much for this. This has been
Oh man, this is
better
awesome.
than expected.
I think my wife's gonna love this once she sees it. She'll forgive me.
I hope so.
God bless you,
Thank
brother.
you so much.
Listen, Lord, God bless this young man. Keep him safe, keep him strong, keep him holy, keep him focused on you. Don't let anyone come between him and you, Lord. Don't let anyone come between him and you. Give him protection, keep him connected with us, because we are going to. You're connecting the people. That's what you're doing. You're connecting the people. You're not connecting us to people that are going to hurt us. You're bringing us together to bring your kingdom people together so that we can come and impact this world in a positive way. Keep them blessed, keep them holy. Help him with his relationship with his loved ones. And help him with his future relationships. And bless this content, Lord. Let it explode for him in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
My brother.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.